my name's Emma and I'm a counsellor. I wanted to talk a little bit today about Christmas 2020. 2020, the gift that keeps on giving. You know, it's been, we could all say, a very, very unusual year. And what are the implications of that when we think about Christmas? I don't even know how I feel about Christmas yet. I don't even know what Christmas will look like. And already with me, that is bringing in uncertainty, fear, disappointment, resentment. So let's look at those a little bit more. When I think about it, I'm actually really angry at 2020 in a lot of ways. I feel like a lot of plans didn't work out. The holiday that I should have had in August that didn't come off. The way that I've been restricted, isolated, challenged, you know, regardless of all of the other things that have happened, the financial implications, the emotional difficulties, the loneliness. It has been a year of absolute emotional onslaught. Every feeling under the sun has kind of been there at some point for me this year, and I bet you're exactly the same. And here we are, the time of year that we should be thinking about celebrating with our family, with our friends, the joy of Christmas, all of the things that we usually do, the traditions, we always have turkey, we always make eggnog, whatever it is for you and your family. It might not happen exactly as it normally would this year. We get a whole bunch of emotions and feelings with that. One of the ways that I love to work with clients and feelings is to write a letter. Write a letter, dear Christmas 2020. You know, I've been totally mugged off for everything this year that I really want. How dare you? I'm worried, I'm anxious, or whatever it is that comes to the surface for you. Maybe your Dear Christmas 2020 might be, thank God I'm an introvert. I usually really struggle with all the family and friends that kind of, you know, invade my space. I'm actually glad of this. Whatever, you know, on that continuum that you are, you have got intensified, I would guess, intensified feelings this year. Whether it's good, whether it's bad, the good, the bad, the ugly, and everything in between. It's really important with feelings like this that we allow time to process them. We allow time for them to sink in. And one of the things that I love about therapeutic writing and writing down our thoughts and feelings is that we take it from in us, we put it down onto paper, and we get to play with the truth. We get to move it around and figure out, actually, I don't always love Christmas. I always feel peopled out. I'm blooming glad this year that I can't see so-and-so. It's actually going to make it a little bit easier. Maybe I feel a bit guilty about that, but I'm just going to let this letter know that is the truth of how I feel. Whether it's about loneliness, whether it's about shame or guilt or fear, do a letter to Christmas. Let Christmas this year know how you feel. If you live with other people, if you are with children or with your partner, what could Christmas 2020 look like? Let's hold an AGM. Let's get everybody round the table, get a big piece of paper each and brainstorm. What are the important parts of Christmas? Is it, let's take an example, Christmas cards. Why do we love to give Christmas cards? Is it about checking in with people? Giving people a message that we're thinking about them? Is it about waving through the window and actually seeing them as we post the card? Is it about getting in touch with people that we only usually get in touch with on an annual basis at Christmas because it's a tradition for us? You know, the long lost great auntie who was never an auntie, she was only a family friend, but we always called her auntie. Get to the essence of what is good about Christmas cards. And if you can't buy Christmas cards this year, if it's not safe or a good idea for you to hand deliver Christmas cards this year, if that is a struggle, what is the essence of it? Could it be done with a video message? Could you make everybody a video message and send it that way? Could you have a big Zoom call and get people in? You know, could you involve the kids in making these lovely messages individually for people, even if you wanted to? I think one of the ways that I'm going to say coping with the thought of Christmas this year is by looking at what is important for me. What is the essence of the important stuff? And how can I make it work this year that doesn't necessarily mean I have to stick with the ways that worked last time? So, for example, the Christmas cards is a great example. You know, is it about how we connect with people differently? Is it about the gifts rather than, you know, I do endless hours, probably like you, of picking up that one last thing, just picking up that one last thing because I'm at the tail. Oh, they'll love that. I'll just pick up that one last thing. I get a lot of pleasure in that. I get a lot of pleasure in going out and kind of doing the whole Christmas shopping, drinking the hot chocolate and the mince pie because I'm out Christmas shopping. That might not happen this year. In fact, it probably won't. So the impact of not a normal Christmas is much more far-reaching. The excitement's gone, the build-up's gone. Your situation might be completely different, but how has Christmas changed for you this year? How can you save Christmas? How can you make a new Christmas? How can you bring in new traditions? You know, things like, for example, if I can't see my parents this year, can we make new things? Do we, my partner and myself, do we delve into Only Fools and Horses box set? Is that our new Christmas thing that we do? Some parts of Old Christmas we can keep, some parts we can adapt, and some parts we're going to have to make a new Christmas this year. The other thing is, if we put a positive spin on it, it can be a really, really good year to assess the parts of past Christmases that never really worked for you. So for example, let's give you an example of mine. I was always the person at Christmas who did the running around between houses, and that left me tired, exhausted, running out of petrol, driving in the dark. I was always that person who had to move towards other people. My Christmas day is chaos. It's get up. I never ever have Christmas day in my own home. I never sit and relax. I'm moving. I'm in transit all of the time. And I actually hate that. And I actually always resented doing that. But there was never a way to stop it because I'd done it for all of those years. But actually, this year can be different because I might not be able to be that person. Lockdown, restrictions, tier 3, 5 million, whatever, might actually make it that I can't do that, which might actually suit me pretty well. So what I'm saying is this could be a really, really good year to break ground, to cast aside all those things that irritated you, all those things that, well, we've always gone to Judith next door at 11:30 for a Bucks fizz every year or whatever it is. But actually, this year, we get to rewrite the rules. This year, we get to make something potentially really, really special. It's the clear out. It could be the Christmas clear out that just gets you to rewrite the Christmas recipe for once and for all. So potentially, it could be a really, really great time to do that. The other thing that I think I started to really appreciate about Christmas a couple of years ago was the Christmas adverts. So we all love the Christmas adverts, mentioning no names. There are lots of different Christmas adverts, but particularly the ones where, you know, there's the amazing tree, right? Like, how do you even get a tree that perfect? My dried up tree out the loft looks nothing like that. The most amazing decorations, the table with 20 seats, the whole family, the most amazing bird, said the vegetarian, you know, and the crackers and the crystalware. It is Christmas personified. And they're wearing their matching jumpers and everyone's smiling and laughing and cheering. And actually at my house, by that time, you know, it's not that. I'll be honest with you. Christmas has usually got to the point where the kids are absolutely shattered. The cat's been sick because it's jumped up on the bench and eaten a turkey bone. You know, the Brussels sprouts are burnt. The dinner is 3 hours late. Everyone's annoyed, a bit hot and sweaty, and we look nothing like a Christmas advert. So we've got to bring in a huge element of realistic. And a couple of years ago, I started to get real about Christmas, and that took a lot of pressure off me. I will never be a Christmas advert. My house, my home, my family will never look and work like that. And actually, a sense of humour really, really helps, because Christmas starts now in, goodness me, end of September, something like that. And we get this constant build-up, the adverts, the gifts, the shopping, the expectations, the demands, the saving, the money. And it's all over in 24 hours. All of that preparation, all of that planning, all of that emotional and physical energy into one day. Let's just lower the expectations. If I get to wake up and connect with someone on Christmas Day and watch some good telly, have a glass of wine, have a nice cup of coffee in the morning, actually my priorities have changed a little bit this year. I might be winning at life just with that. But let's not minimise the impact that a different Christmas can have on people that we know. Let's really honour and respect the people who are going to be missing someone terribly. People might be really, really struggling with loneliness. People might be in denial that Christmas is going to be really, really different this year. You know, for example, my mother is talking about how wonderful Christmas will be, and you know, when we have not had anything confirmed yet, we don't know whether that normal Christmas is going to be able to happen. Because for some of us, the thought of a not normal Christmas is just way too scary. It's way too upsetting. It's way too devastating. So process those thoughts as soon as you can. Talk to people about Christmas. Figure out how you need to change Christmas this year. Make it a family affair. Involve your children, your partner. Have a plan. Have the conversations. Christmas will be different, but start now in beginning to integrate those ideas, beginning to facilitate change, and beginning to almost soothe that emotional and psychological scab picking before it really even starts. But remember, this could be a fantastic opportunity to have a Christmas reset, to redesign Christmas on your terms. Wherever you are, whoever you will be with, and whatever you will be doing, I hope you have a lovely Christmas. Thanks for watching.